burning up, now the sun gone down. Lights in the distance, a forgotten town. Now I'm on my way, oh I'm on my way. So stand on the edge of the world with me.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, how are we all doing, chat? Good to have you here. I'm Myles Dyer and welcome to Myles Dyer Live, where every Wednesday we kick back, we relax, sometimes we talk about the serious things, mental health and well-being, world events, life hacks, and other times we kick back and have something a bit more lighthearted, maybe talking about gaming, movies, pop culture, all sorts. And I'm just going to kick this off by saying something that might be quite obvious. I am exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted because I am currently on a 18-day live streaming streak. And normally on a Wednesday, I will ban any other form of live streaming except for Myles Dyer Live. But for circumstances that I will get to a bit later in the show, I've just done 2 90-minute live streams, and it's been just full on. It's full on, but I'm loving it. I've had I had my final day at work yesterday, as in my full-time job, and my second full-time job, which is all the streaming stuff, continues a bit. But I'm feeling good about it, and I'm just thought, what we're going to do for this episode, and I thought, let's reflect on 2023. I've got things I definitely want to share. I'm sure you will have things that you want to share as well, and it'll be a bit of a chilled one, really. And then next week, with it being the last Wednesday of the month, I can't believe I'm saying that. I keep looking at the thing going, is it the last Wednesday of the month next Wednesday? It is, the 27th. We are going to be having a quiz. So if you are about, don't know what your arrangements are for this time of year, but if you are at a computer, even with friends and family, I haven't written one yet, but I'm going to put together an end of year quiz, and it'll be a nice bit of fun for us all to do together. So I hope to see you there as well. Do hit the like button if you haven't already. Just gets the energy going, and do subscribe. I assume everyone that turns up right at the beginning is already subscribed. And for anyone that is new to this show and hasn't tuned into Myles Dyer before, do let yourselves be known in the chat if you like, because I just like to say hello to people. But yeah, that intro track you just heard, it was by Desert Star, who's also known as Jay Cosmic. And for those that don't know who Jay Cosmic is, he is the artist that actually wrote Ocean Eyes, which is the track we always play at the end of these live streams. So this was a song called Edge of the World. He just puts out such feel-good music, and that was another one, and I haven't stopped listening to it. I usually listen to it when I'm having a shower in the morning. I'm being asked by David, will it be a general knowledge quiz? Yes, it will be. We'll have different categories. I think we'll start with a picture round, as always. And then we will have lots of different categories, probably have a music sound round and things like that, so that'll be really, really good. I just want to say a massive shout out to people I see in the chat at the moment. We've got Roy here, good to see you here, Roy. We've got Mojo, we got Salvador, we got Kava, we got Clem Fandango, we got David VR, We've got Kira Cat Lady, who, by the way, has been absolutely on form, helping me out so much with my Let's Play live streams of VR games, doing timestamps. Absolutely smashing it. Thank you so much, Kira. And thank you to everyone else who's been doing timestamps throughout the year, even for Myles Dyer Live, because it's just, it is just another task that you take out of my hands, and it makes my job at, keeping these... timestamps are really helpful, because I think, in live streams, you're tuning in, you're watching, but for people watching afterwards, it's great to give them that, segmented view, so they can tune into what they want to. So thank you for that. Ciago, good to see you here. Looper, good to see you here. Fifth, thank you. Lots and lots of people here. It's lovely to have you. To kick things off, as always, just to go through a few things, a bit of housekeeping. The way that it normally works is on Wednesdays, I host Myles Dyer Live, as I've mentioned. And last week, I can't believe it was a week ago. I think it's just because I've done so much live streaming since then. We did the absurd tram problems, which was an amazing conversation. It was very strange, but a lot of you really enjoyed it. So we'll definitely have to do more things like that in future. And then on Fridays, I co-host with my buddy Brian on PSVR Without Parole. It's a late one for us in the UK, and that's always a really good time. So that's always nice. And then I say at weekends. The idea is it will be weekends, although it might actually switch. I might just have to change this altogether. But I do Let's Plays of VR games, and if you don't know I did that, you must be very new to the channel, because it is all I have been doing lately, and I've been having an absolute blast with it. But I am very exhausted. But I think the one I did just before this live stream was my 100th and 50th Let's Play. And I've got 6 left. Plus any that do get announced. And my hope is to get them done by Saturday. And there is one Let's Play that I love doing, Ragnarok. It was a musical one. That I'm probably going to redo because it's currently blocked. It's a music game, so it got like claimed by about 15 different artists, which is fine because they can run ads on it. It's their music. I'm totally cool with that. But there was one artist that actually claimed it and blocked it and took it offline, and I did dispute it, and they refused to dispute it. So that was a shame. So it's currently offline. And to be fair, I enjoyed the game, so I'm going to be jumping back into that at some point. So it'll probably be 7. But yeah, also, if you do like the music that you hear at the start and end of the show, Myles Dyer Live music, if you search Myles Dyer Live on Spotify, if you do have it, you can then listen to all the music. And there's a couple of tunes on there I've not played at the start of the show yet, just because recently... I have been finding a few tracks every week, and obviously at the start I only play one, but this is just my feel-good playlist. I listen to this so much. So it's been really fun there. And also, what else we like to talk about at the very beginning? Well, to be fair, look, if people own the copyright to music, it's well within their rights to put their foot down. But it's, I've worked on both sides. I've actually worked for companies where I have been in charge of doing copyright disputes and stuff. And often what happens is if people explain themselves, you can let it go. But sometimes it's above what people say. So, yeah, there is that. Okay, something else we like to talk about on the show at the very start are 2 things. Firstly, we like to take some vitamin G, which, to be fair, is going to be the topic of this entire episode. Vitamin G, vitamin gratitude. What are you grateful for in life? This is where we take a moment just to think about those very things. It might be someone that you're grateful for. It might be an experience. It might be a place. Could be absolutely anything. And this is something that can be personal to you. You don't have to share it with the chat. That's absolutely fine. But it's a nice opportunity that if you do wish to share it, you totally can. And just, spending a couple moments every day of, engaging in vitamin G is actually really good for your mental health and well-being. And for me, what I'm grateful for definitely comes down to this community because this has been a hell of a journey for me, and it's something I'm actually going to go into more after this, so I will not give my gratitude any more explanation for now. But if people want to share theirs, then I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear them. You're always good at seeing both sides. I try my best. I don't get it right every time, but I try. Fifth says, grateful for finding emails, and the community has helped a lot. Well, I appreciate that. And Fifth, you've been very, very generous with donations and that recently. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, Fifth. Chris says, the Iron Brew advert doesn't have the lyrics in it anymore because they'd have to pay royalties to the original artist. They've ruined the advert by being cheap and ripping off an artist. That's interesting. So surely they'd pay the composer unless they were willing to do that. Moj says, this week I am grateful for nice hot food to help keep me going and to fight off the cold flu recently. Oh my goodness, on Sunday I met up with a friend for a couple of drinks. We were at a Weatherspoon, and they weren't feeling particularly great, and then they text me yesterday to say that they've got COVID. So hopefully I'm in the clear, but if I'm not in the clear, it's that annoying window where it's Wednesday, Christmas is on Monday, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 days in which I hope I don't develop symptoms, or obviously I'm going to be testing, because last Christmas I didn't get to spend it with my parents because they had COVID, and I really hope it wasn't my turn. But how stupid was I? Why was I socializing a week before Christmas? How irresponsible of me. Callie says, I've got a few. My first one is for Thames Water engineer who installed my water meter. Such a hard worker. That's good. Kira says, my dental hygienist took extra time and let me play my music instead of the wishy-washy plays. What? How did they do that? Was it just they had like a port that you could just plug your phone into? Tell me about that. We got loads of loves for dentists, because I've got one here from David. Says, my dentist who fixed my broken tooth. Yeah, my dentist who broke. That would have been bad. My dentist who fixed my broken tooth with an emergency appointment. Oh, dentists. Absolute magicians. Let's have a look. App UK says, I think this is a vitamin G. Hope you're well. How are you managed to do all these Let's Plays, podcasts, and hold down a day job? Are you an AI bot? Honestly, I talk about it a lot, which is you got to really be careful with burnout, because when you do stuff that you enjoy, you don't treat it as a job, and that's when you can run into trouble. So the whole reason I'm pushing to Let's Play everything is so that when I go into the new year, I can be at basically I'm going to free up a lot more time. That's the plan. But December has been ridiculous, and I'm going to go into that in a bit. But you go, seriously, dude, been a great year following you, and hope you have a great Christmas. And same to you. Thank you so much, and you've been very, very kind. Ciago says, vitamin G, small things. It doesn't have to be big. Sometimes I'm just grateful for the comfort of a nice glass of water in my hand, and it's amazing. Vitamin G, but I broke a bottle of wine yesterday at my local little shop. Tried to get them to let me clean it. Paid for the wine. Today they had a bottle of wine waiting for me. Well, that's good. This is the thing. I want to do a little video about what's it called? Karma. Karma does exist. Not in a spiritual sense. I mean, you can believe in that. But what I mean is, like, when you do positive things in the world, it encourages more people to think, oh, that's nice. I'll remember to do something nice next time. I just want to give a massive thank you to Clem Fandango with the £10, who says, appreciate all the hard work and effort you put into your live streams, Myles. That means a lot. It has been a lot of hard work this year, and I can't wait to show you my reflections of this year, because I'm a bit of a data person. But I also just want to actually do a quick shout out, because I missed this on my Let's Play just before doing this, because when I have my in-ears and they read out the chat when I'm in the VR headset, it won't read out super chats unless people mention it afterwards. Then I have to look in the headset. But this one came in at $13.37 from St. Nicole Ace Gamer, the Holidays Game Cat, who might not be here. I'll have to comment on the video. Who said, GG, Jesus approves. And for For those wondering about that, we had someone whose username was repent and follow Jesus Christ. They joined our Let's Play and they just kept on saying how I was a sinner and that, so it led to some amusement. Let's have a look here. Lots of people taking tests and hopefully they're doing well. Kira says, back to the music in the dentist, it's an ultra modern clinic and I prepared a Spotify playlist. That's cool. That's really good. I remember the first time I ever used an Uber in the UK, or an Uber at all, and I got in the cab and he says, what music do you want to put on? He passed me the connector and I put on like the heaviest metal, really heavy hardcore music, and it was amazing. And it turns out they don't let you do that anymore, so I think I ruined it. Sorry, everyone. Back on the Iron Brew story, the music is The Snowman. They had clearance for that. It's cheaper to not additionally pay the artist for their voice, right? Interesting. And to be fair, like my band, we actually let people have our music instrumental, because sometimes you want the instrumental stuff because it's better to go with it. But yeah, lots of chat here. Okay, so vitamin G, excellent. I'm gonna get back to my vitamin G, but Dyer discoveries. What have I discovered this week? My friend Johnny, he does a lot of VR gaming with me. He bought me this as a Christmas gift, and he told me to open it before Christmas to wear on a live stream, and I didn't wear it yesterday because I was already hot and sweaty and I hadn't showered. But he got me this. By the way, can I just say, it was so unintentional, but this whole, oh my God, I love it, because whenever I show something, the little character of me is just like, at whatever I'm holding up, and I just love it. But look at that VR penguin with Beat Saber. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. Love it a lot. And I will be wearing it on a live stream soon. And I do have there's loads of merchandise that I had designed, and I will, between Christmas and New Year's, that is one of my tasks, is to get it sorted. So yeah, thank you, Johnny, for giving me that. And that is so true, Looper. The person earlier, Jesus picked the wrong one live stream. He should have visited the one. It was the one before where I made a deal with the devil. Absolutely. By the way, I didn't mention this, but in the background there is a puzzle going on, and I made it a lot easier just because it's quite a difficult design. And sorry, I just had dinner and I'm feeling got a lot of it's still trying to settle in my stomach. Had a nice fruit bowl, which was really nice, with muesli and yogurt. But yeah, the link should be pinned at the top of the live chat, and you basically click on what you want, and then you click on another piece, and if it goes green, it means it's the right place, and if it flashes red, it means it's in the wrong place. So yeah, have a go and have some fun and see if you can get it done by the end, which I'm pretty sure you will. Okay, everyone. Before we get on with the main topic, which actually this is going to be a part of the main topic, to be fair, and it's looking at 2023 and reflecting on it. And so I would just say to you now that until we get sort of to that part, sorry, I'm exhausted. Is think about what have been your highlights, and what have been maybe that some of the lows and more poignant moments of your 2023. Don't have to share it now. I didn't. Myles, the Jesus guy, probably saw the skull ring you had on. I mean, I had a skull ring on in the game I played earlier, but actually I don't wear this when I'm doing VR because it's not comfortable. Oh, healthy. No wonder you look so youthful. Honestly, I had a pizza and sweet potato fries for lunch, so it's not all win. But yeah, I just, before we get to all that, I just want to take a moment to show some reflection of what a journey it's been. A lot of people have commented on like how hard I've worked on my live streams this year. And the reality is I have worked incredibly hard. January, I wasn't even live streaming gaming, which is remarkable to think. So like, not even a year ago, I was doing Myles Dyer live. And Myles Dyer Live, I started on July 14th, 2021. And in January, Brian Paul, who I co-host PSVR Without Parole with, was very kind to let me go actually here to Fast Travel Games in Sweden to meet them. And I got to try out the PSVR 2 ahead of launch and try out all these other games. And when I was there, I met a lot of great content creators, many of whom I'd known online. And when I was there, I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like a typical content creator because I don't make gaming content on my channel. Obviously, I do Without Parole and I'm representing them, which is fine. But what sort of gaming content could I make? And I was considering all that in January. And I just thought there must be something I can do. And some of you remember, and Loop has just mentioned in the chat, wasn't you live streaming The Last of Us in January? So after I got back from Fast Travel Games, I was having a think about it, and I started building a setup here and trying out live streaming flat screen games. So there was a handful of games I played. What Remains of Edith Finch, The Last of Us. I did The Last of Us in its entirety when it launched in February, or in the lead up to its launch in February. And then Sony PlayStation got in contact with me and they asked me if I wanted a headset ahead of launch. And I was like, yeah, that'd be amazing. And so I did some live streams in the lead up and I had some of the biggest days on my channel in the longest time, including massive spikes in subscribers. But the broader picture is my channel has been going through a difficult period for many, many years. I would say since 2015, and it's because I went on a hiatus, and it's also the fact that when you have an old channel, which now is like 17, 18 years old, people that used to be subscribed aren't subscribed and don't want to subscribe anymore, or they're not engaged, and then they see you pop up again and think, oh yeah, I'm not really into this, and they switch off, or they're on dead accounts which don't get used anymore. All these completely fair reasons that happen over a long period of time. And what it meant was whenever I was making content, I was losing more subscribers than I was gaining. And so what you can't do is focus on short-term results, because if you keep changing the strategy, you're never going to build a new audience. And so Myles Dyer Live on July... what was it? July 14th, 2021 was the start of doing something weekly every Wednesday. But I always felt like I wanted to do something else. And so off the back of PlayStation giving me their headset, I felt like, wow, the industry is really recognizing me and things are going really well with Without Parole. But I want to support Without Parole. But I want to do something that works for me. I don't want to be live streaming flat screen games. I've never wanted to, although I've been a gamer longer than I've been a live streamer or a content creator, although that has been a long time as well. And I did enjoy the flat screen stuff, but it wasn't quite there. And I just thought, if I could set up VR, I think VR is going to be really great for a number of reasons. Firstly, I've always expressed huge interest in technology and futurism, technologies of the future that are really going to change the game. Secondly, one of the main reasons I joined YouTube was I saw online video content creation as an empathy machine. It's a way to share experiences. It's a way of seeing alternate perspectives. It's a way to connect with people from different walks of life and to learn from their experiences. Virtual reality takes that to a whole new level of being an empathy machine. And I learned that when I was working in journalism in 2016 with The Guardian, working on some projects there. And I also knew that VR would be something that would be interesting to people that aren't necessarily gamers. I think most people are gamers in one way or another these days anyway. But when you're watching someone play a flat screen game, and by the way, this is not criticizing people that do flat screen gaming. Like, there is a huge audience for it and it's amazing what they do. But for me, it's kind of like you either have to be really good at a game or entertaining. And I'm neither one of those things when it comes to flat screen gaming, because I'm either concentrating to try and do well, or I try and be entertaining and I'm not playing that particularly great. I'm sort of this weird middle ground. Whereas in virtual reality, when you're in it, you're seeing me in this world. And when it's in horror, yeah, you get to laugh at me being scared. If it's what we were doing earlier, hotel R&R, where I'm trashing hotel rooms, that's really funny. And so it just works, and it totally works for my channel. And it also complements Without Parole, because although they do the occasional Let's Play, I then decided to set myself this ridiculous task, which was, can I Let's Play every single PSVR 2 game out there? And this was a challenge that I was looking at, like there was over 100 games. And I was like, if I'm going to do them, an hour to 90 minutes each, I could do... There were some weekends where I was doing 3 on a Saturday, 3 on a Sunday. But that meant starting at 6 p.m. Starting at 5 p.m, ending at 11 p.m. And even if I was streaming for an hour, you kind of get half an hour break, and then you're pretty much setting up for the next one. That's, designing thumbnails, titles, writing the descriptions, doing the tags, writing the social media copy, reaching out to developers to let them know about it, or to get keys when you can get keys. It has taken over my life. But since maybe April time, I knew this year is going to be really difficult, but I'm going to stick the course, because I think that in the long run, this is going to get me out of this rut that my channel has had for so long, and I'm going to feel a new breath of fresh air with what I'm doing. And so I stuck at it. And there was a joke that was coming up again and again this year, which was I kept hitting I was just about to hit 50,000 subscribers about 8-9 years ago, and then I dropped to 48,000 subscribers, and then underneath it, and every time I kept hitting 48,000 subscribers, and I kept joking on Without Parole, like, I'm just 2 away, and I would sometimes get 48,010 subscribers, and then it would plummet again. Subscribers. It just keeps swinging. Every time I gain loads of subscribers, I'd lose loads, because probably as I'm gaining lots of new audiences, a lot of people are waking up to, oh, here's a channel I'm not engaged with, because he's also doing VR content now. But I stuck the course. And I'm going to show you now some statistics to show you what a journey it has been and where we are right now. So also do hit the like button if you haven't already, and also hit the dislike button if you're my regular troll, who I know who it is. And it's all engagement, so it all helps. But I would recommend getting a better hobby. Let me load it here. I think I've got it in this category here. So it's behind this. So here we go. This has been my upload schedule. Hey, Callie. Yeah, I'm on the way there now. Yeah. You've that is, I think it's been like 19 days in a row, but since November, this is the last month basically. And when it's got this icon next to it, and by the way, let me put myself on screen if I can. How do I do this? I can do this by, and that is the wrong camera. See, look how horrible that camera is. There we go. This is much better. And I can put myself down here. There you go. You can still see me. Yeah, where you see those little like live icons, the little dot with the like sonar around it, I'd call it. Those are individual live streams, and then when there's a number, it's when there's been multiple. And Titty Sprinkles says, the only problem with your challenge is you're completing very little VR games, so I feel that you're actually missing out on the games with only, on average, an hour playing of them. I'd agree with that if it wasn't for the fact that I also have been playing my favourite games lots. And once I have caught up, which I will have done on Saturday, this Saturday I'm on track for, it then means I am able to spend the time I want playing games. But I would also say doing this has allowed me to appreciate games that don't normally get a look in. And even when there are games that aren't that great, there are things about them that I really appreciate. And, you know, there are different things. So, you know, you're never going to make everyone happy. Everyone has their way of how they like to experience content. Some people would rather play fewer games in their entirety. Some people like, you know, variety is the spice of life and diving into different things. I like diving into different things, but when there are things that I want 100% complete, I will totally do it. And there are a lot of games I'm going to go back to. But for me, it works for me, and I'm really, really happy with this. But I totally respect that as a potential thing. So Yeah, a lot of uploading there. So that was the third thing I wanted to show. But look at this, right? This is my monthly viewership since January of 2018. Now, the reason I haven't gone back any further was because I think it was in October 2017. I had a spike of 600,000 views because I did something for YouTube, which got on the front page. And it was pretty big. But if you look at this, it's incredible. It's incredible here. And you can see like the viewership was slowly going down. And then what was it? July 14th, 2021. So it would be about here, about there, was when I started doing Myles Dyer live regularly. So you see it gets a bump, and then about there it goes down, and then it goes down a bit more. So as I was doing it regularly, it's because there's this churn taking place. And so as it's going down, it's very easy to beat yourself up and go, I need to abandon this plan. This plan's not working. But I was like, no, stick at it, stick at it, stick at it. But you can see right here, there's a spike. That was when PSVR 2 came out, and I did a load of live streams promoting it ahead of launch. And so that was always going to spike. And that was right at the end of February 2023. It was like a 3-day period. And then you can see it's gone down. There was a little bit into March where there was the offset of it. And then we're in like April. And then there was a constant climb. Now, we're not at the end of December. And look, December, halfway through December, I'd already beaten the views of the best month this year, which was incredible. What was October 2017? It was that video that I've talked about before, dismantling the division. It did like 600,000 views. I won't link it again, but you can find it on my channel. It's in like my highlights playlist. So next one, right? So that's viewership. And by the way, just to say, my viewership isn't huge compared to a lot of content creators out there, but this is early days. Like, look at that turnaround. It's every month I'm like 30% increase. Like the increase is massive, and it feels very rewarding because it's been months and months of slogging at this. Look at this, subscribers. Yep, there's a zero line, and you can see every time it goes below the line. So every time it kept peaking up, so you can see that I'm coming over here again. Every time it peaks up, you'd see just afterwards it goes below the line. So it undoes the good work, and then as we're going along here, it's just like up and down. So it's done really well, and then it dives down again. And then look here, have this massive spike for the PlayStation, and then look at all that going under. Like some of this stuff, it goes super, super low. However, the last few months, we're seeing net increases. I'm on 48,500 now. Now, my plan was to try and hit 50,000 by the end of the year, and we're not going to hit that. But we're on a trajectory to go there, so I feel very, very good about it. But the last two slides I've got, and I hope you don't mind me getting geeky about the results, but I just wanted to sort of show you. Sort of the statistics to sort of explain the journey, because it's clear here. But look at this. Viewership, right? This was viewership, and this was month on month building up. Massive increases. August was great. The reason September was lower was because that's when I went on vacation, and so I stopped doing a lot of content during that. Okay, so I stopped doing the content when I was on vacation, and it was a 2-week period. But look at how that chart looks, right? Look how that chart looks, and how like big August looks, and then look at how much this gets dwarf. Look at that. I'm going back again. Look at August here, and look at August here. August is here, all the way down there. Look at that. It's amazing. I'm going to do it one more time just because it's great. There we go. It's amazing. It's amazing. And even though September had the dip, the trajectory, it's as if September was building up. And December's not over yet, and this doesn't include stats from the last 48 hours, which have been absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be amazing. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this to sort of explain that this has been a hell of a year for me, and I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who are watching here, who tune into any of them, for being a part of this journey, because it's been really, really difficult. It's been a lot of hours. I work in cybersecurity, in content development. I'd work, 8 till 5, maybe 9 till 6. And then afterwards, I would make myself some food maybe, or chill for a little bit. And then I'd sit at this desk, and then I would be doing researching, development. Everyone always talks about the thumbnails for all my videos. Obviously, I create them. There's an awful lot I do. And there are still 11 days left of December to go. Absolutely. And what did Fifth say? Fifth says, Myles, look at us. Quality, not quantity. Absolutely. And that's why I love Myles Dyer Live, is these are much more intimate shows. We get to have more of a conversation, which, I do try and have on my Let's Plays. But this is always the heart. This is like the deepening connection show sort of thing. And as I've mentioned, it sort of ties in with what a lot of people have been saying. Once I have completed these Let's Plays, we have once I've caught up, basically, then I'll be doing like 1, 2 a week, if that, maybe 3. And do you plan to do more interviews on the channel? Absolutely. The ambition, and I will just say it's an ambition because I never want to kneecap myself or put unnecessary pressure. I would like to have a guest on the show once a month at least. And I've already got an author that's coming on in February. I've got a lot of guests that are planning on coming on at some point. So really, really excited about that. And my favourite 2023 live stream was you playing RE Village. Yeah, that's going to be very hard to top. And that was my first VR live stream for sure. Mojo says, thank you, Myles, for a safe space and fantastic content over the years. You are awesome. Seriously, dude. Seriously, Mojo. Thank you very, very much. You need Vertigo 2 to release soon, as that will bring in a lot of views. That'll come out when it does. I've actually owned Vertigo 2 for about 2 or 3 weeks now. I've not touched it because the first time I want to play it is when I do a Let's Play. So I'm happy for that to be in the new year. But all of these, and the puzzle is done. So I told you it was a nice and easy one. It's a nice, cute one, isn't it? A little heart. And I was trying to work out what I should do as as sort of the thumbnail. I was like, what could I do for looking back, calendars, stuff like that? But yeah, I was like, that's cute. That's cute. It's nice and cute. Thank you, Salvador. Honestly, Jim Ryan has lots of free time for an interview. Oh, can you imagine? That'd be awesome. But actually, a big part of it is once I have caught up with all these, it means I can then at least go out to developers and say, thanks for being a part of this. Build deeper connections. But then also go to PlayStation as well and sort of just, say, this is what I've tried to do. Wish you would interview AJ and finally figure out what's under the beanie. It'd be great to get AJ on at some point in the new year for sure. Maybe, and then App UK, talking about other content creators. Mike from VR Oasis, I know, and really, really good guy. Same with the others, actually. I chat from time to time. Yeah, it'd be cool to collab with them. But, I've always been clear, Myles Dyer Live is not a VR show. This has never been a VR show. It never will be. We can talk about VR, but, this is kind of a chance to hang out and sort of talk about other things. And I kind of like it that way. I like the idea that we have the freedom to talk about whatever, but there's always room for collaborations and things like that. It must be really slow at the moment, this out. It's telling me that only 20 people have hit the like button and there are 40 of you watching. So if you do have a YouTube app, do hit the like button. It's just down there. Would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Cool. So, going back to the theme of vitamin G, which is really for a lot of this show of 2023, I've just sort of expressed what a journey it's been for me. There have been quite a lot of highs and lows. what have people's highlights and lowlights, if we call it that, been for the year? David, thank you so much, man. Well done, lad. I'm 62 and just finished RE4 VR. Your YouTube channel is brilliant. That means a lot, dude. Thank you. But yeah, what has everyone thought of this year? I mean, for me, this year has definitely been mixed. I think economically, it's been incredibly difficult for a lot of people. There have definitely been a lot of challenges. People we can think have passed away. We can think of global challenges like what's happening with Israel and Gaza. I think it's always good to take these moments to, reflect with that gratitude of what we do have. And I feel incredibly lucky to be in the situation that I am in. I've been obviously in much worse places. But I also think of family members or friends that are going through difficulties. It's not always easy. But yeah. King Rolo, the cartoon gang, says, great chasing the numbers. Well done, Myles, on rocking life. Well, just data. Data doesn't tell the full... I know you're not saying this. Data doesn't tell the full story, but if you look at, you can't come to conclusions just looking at individual points, but there's obviously a direction of travel. And I'm looking forward to having much deeper relationships with these VR games in the new year and going back to some as well. So, yeah. Moj says, mine has been a mixed bag too. Can't really pinpoint much as it's been a roller coaster. There was a quote I read in the week that I absolutely love, and it was wrongly ascribed to Keanu Reeves, funnily enough. He didn't actually say it. I want to find the full one. I'm going to find this. I want to find the full quote because it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I found it. I'll read it in a moment. App UK says this year has been amazing for virtual reality. It really has, the diversity of experiences and that just out there, incredible. And technology as a whole. I mean, let's think about AI. What has happened with AI this year has been remarkable. I mean, ChatGPT has been out maybe a year now. It came out in November. So yeah, a year and a month. It's been remarkable. And we're only seeing the beginning of a lot of it. Callie says this year's been a veritable roller coaster, some dizzying highs and lows on a personal level, tough going, as you say, cost of living wise, also for many in the LGBT community, also with Gaza, Ukraine, Sudan, and a few other hotspots. Who was this? Mojo. Though one of my highlights was definitely meeting one of my favourite actors that I would never have guessed I would have ever had the chance to meet at Edinburgh Comic Con. Who was it? Nashi says, I give this year 2 out of 5 stars. Kira says, highlight is my inpatient stay in a specialised clinic where I finally got a lot of psych ed and group meetings. Lowlight is my mum dying. But at least I was with her. And honestly, I know I'm not the only one that feels this, Kira, but much love to you. I can't even begin to tell how difficult that was. And just, yeah, this community is great and lots of support. And I always appreciate that support that you show each other. Fifth says, highlight, you guys. Low light, the real world. What could I do for the real world? Real world. God, I can't even find the sound effects. Where are they? Oh, here we are. I'll do that again. Highlight, you guys. Low light, the real world. Yeah, I don't know if that kind of works. I feel like I need a wah, wah, wah. Robin Chow, who plays Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat films. I need to look him up. Robin Chow. Let's have a look. Oh, Shu. You mean Shu, sorry. Robin Shu from the Mortal Kombat films. Here we are. Ta-da! There we go. Robin Shu. He was in The Big Brother. There we go. That's awesome. That's awesome you got to meet him. I need to go to Comic-Con one of these days. Siago guitarist. By the way, has everyone done their Christmas shopping if you do engage in it? I need to pick up some photos tomorrow, and that's it. Siago says, highlight getting some props from Joe Perry. Yes, the Aerosmith one. He overheard his tech listening to my Southbound project with my bassist and had some very kind words to say. That's awesome. Ruthless Metal says, how good was Breaches? You're going to have to check out my Let's Play that I just did before this. But I had a good time with it. Wish it had a higher resolution, but it was fun. It was fun. I can't wait to get better at it. Lots of love and hugs for Kira. Yeah. Ruthless, that's cruel. Salvador said, low, having quite a bit of layoffs at work, definitely missing being around those awesome creative people. High, seeing the Mrs. Graduation. Well, that's awesome regarding the graduation. And yeah, there have been a lot of layoffs, even in my place of work. I can't believe it was just halfway through the year. That was it was kind of a shock. And that's good, Mojo. He's a very kind, friendly, down-to-earth guy. A lot of people in the industry can be, which is really, really nice to see. I did watch like half of it. Guess I have to check the other half then. Do the end of the videos. I mean, I've got to do timestamps unless Kira's beating me to it. But yeah, I'll have to add timestamps to it because the final section is always where I sort of give a final thing. And fifth, you are too kind. Thanks for your shows. Do you have a movie you watch each Christmas? There isn't a particular movie I watch every Christmas, although growing up I used to like The Snowman. There was also this like Disney, or was it Pixar? It was like it was a Pixar short movie. Oh my goodness. I don't want. It was from 19. I can't believe it. Nah, this was from 1989. It was when the snowman was trying to break out the snow globe. Do you remember this? I don't want to like get a copyright strike. But do you remember this? It's amazing. I love this. I used to watch that every Christmas when I was younger. It's a great question though. My dad used to like A Wonderful Life. I need to watch it because I watched it when I was little and I didn't really appreciate it like I should have done. Callie says I sort of avoid almost all Christmassy stuff except I do go see my family looking for seeing the folks, my parents. Yeah, I definitely have a very different relationship with Christmas. I used to love it as a kid. When I was 18, I lost a very close friend of mine on Christmas Day. She was 16, died in a car accident. Obviously an incredibly sad story. And that's always tainted Christmas. And I do think, same with New Year's Eve, I think there's this like self-imposed emotional pressure that it has to be an amazing time. So if it's anything but that, you feel terrible because of it. I think the last three of the last four New Year's Eves, I've just had an early night and gone to bed, and it's been the best thing ever. Because the first day of New Year, I feel so energized when most people are hungover. But yeah, Christmas I do enjoy spending it with family and that. But I also think just as you're growing up as well, it can change a lot. And Stike, I'm sorry, this year pretty much gets a 0 out of 10. But you're with us. That at least is worth a 0.01 out of 10, isn't it? But I'm sorry to hear that you've had a tough one. Hopefully 2024 treats you a lot better. Lord of the Rings. Perfect for Christmas. I need to watch Lord of the Rings again. I haven't watched it since it came out. That'd be amazing. And everyone's done their Christmas presents wrapping and stuff. I always find it difficult to do Christmas shopping. Okay, Christmas movies. Hook. I used to watch that as a kid. I loved it. Okay, The Goonies. This is one on my gasp list. I've never seen the Goonies and The Snowman. Snowman. How long is this, or how short is The Snowman? I haven't seen it since I was a kid. In Sweden, there's a tradition to watch Donald Duck on Christmas. Like every Swede does it. It's crazy. Plus, we celebrate on the 24th. Donald Duck. Just people watch Donald Duck. I love that. New Year's Eve is too close to work, and when I go outside, homeless people tell me to cheer up. Man, I really feel for people that are on the streets when it gets so cold. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, Home Alone. Home Alone's a great one, App UK. It's interesting about how people, like what you associate with Christmas and that. And obviously Die Hard. Yeah, Die Hard is obviously the best Christmas movie. Stike says the PSVR 2 launch, the games and the VR community do add a point to this year's score for sure. That's good to hear. We'll take that. We'll take that point. The Snowman is a 26-minute runtime. Wow, that's quite a lot for what an animation. Which is the best, Home Alone or Home Alone 2? I assume Home Alone. The music's so good, though. Elf. I've not seen Elf either. So there's that as well. Let me see if there's anything on this Neil, the Neil Fun website that we always like to go to. There must be something Christmassy on here. No. Universe forecast. What's this? What is the future of the universe? Here we go. Well, using some science, we can make a few predictions. Wow. In 2178, Pluto will complete its first orbit since discovery. Wow, this is awesome. But these aren't the kind of predictions we're looking for. Wow, look at this. Mars gains its own ring in 50 million years. Wow. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to wait for that. Kira says, we always watch Laurie at Christmas sketches. It's an acquired humour, very dry and bizarre. I'm all for that. I am all for that. Who here's going to be tuning into the quiz next week? And sorry that this feels like a bit of a low... I mean, it's fine. I shouldn't apologise for that. It's been a bit of a chill one, but it's just been a nice episode to sort of reflect on and just chill with. Blackadder, The Royal Family, The Office, Extras, lots of stuff at Christmas, like good old British comedies. Oh, I was going to read you that quote. So we're going to end. We're going to end with a quote. Maybe this is the person that did it. I love this quote. It's been ascribed to so many celebrities that never saw it. I'll go here. I love this quote. When I read it, it really hit me, and I think it's really powerful. And I think this is a good thing to think about as we enter a new year. But also when we go into a period where we probably are going to have a chance to see friends, family, people we don't always get to see. And so everything. And Nashi says, isn't everything a quote? Yeah, if it's written down. Note to self. None of us are getting out of here alive, so please stop treating yourself like an afterthought. Eat the delicious food, walk in the sunshine, jump in the ocean, say the truth that you're carrying in your heart like hidden treasure. Be silly, be kind, be weird. There's no time for anything else. And I love that. I love that. None of us are getting out of here alive, so stop treating yourself like an afterthought. Stop treating yourself like an afterthought, people. Be good to yourself, be good to other people. Life's short. We are less than a blink of an eye in the universe, and we're on this ride together, and so we just got to make the most of it. So, yeah. Gonna wrap it up there, everyone. Been a nice, chilled episode, but I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in. And if anyone's watching on replay, I'll say hello to you in the comment section below. But yeah, thank you, everyone. It's been an amazing year. It's been so much hard work. And there were a lot of targets that I set that I didn't get to hit, and others that I did. A lot has changed to this setting and the things that I do. And it's taken a lot of time. It's cost me a lot of money at times. But I've had so much love and support from you, the community. Those of you that just watch the show, that's great. The conversations that we have in the comments, the people that send me notes and emails, people that have become a member and click the join button, people that super chat or do super thanks in the comments on the videos. All of these things, it really means a lot. You might sometimes feel that you're just one of many people, but I do actually read everything, and I do really appreciate it. This was a very small show when it first started, where it was just like 3 or 4 people tuning in, and it was a wonderful time. And I was always wondering that as it grows, can we keep that feeling? And I feel that we have kept it. Fifth says, no without parole tonight. Brian's sick. Go to bed, Myles. Yeah, although before I go to bed, I'm probably going to jump on some PS5 and play some Lego Fortnite with my friend, because Lego Fortnite is so chill. It's so quiet and so just like peaceful, and like the sound of the rain and stuff like that. I love it all. But yeah, I'm gonna have an early night, and then tomorrow got a few things to get on with. But yeah, I'll have an early night. Good suggestion. But yeah, thank you. I'm gonna end it there. But as always, before we wrap things up, it's over to you for your final thoughts. So love, respect, empathy. Come to the quiz next week for the last show of 2023. Have a wonderful Christmas, most importantly. If you celebrate Christmas, whatever you celebrate at this time of year, hope you have an amazing time. You get to spend it with friends, family, loved ones, whoever. Honestly, be really good to yourselves. Be good to other people, because you can move emotional mountains by being positive forces in this world. And well told, got in at the end. Doing really good, really busy. But it's wonderful to have you here. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, have a good one. And adios. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
thank you, everyone. And Callie Time Cat with a very human acknowledgement of when you do typos and they go up on the screen. It's like, oh no, it's there forever in digital time and space. Yeah, it was a very... I'm very low on energy because I've just exerted so much, but I'm looking forward to getting a blanket, maybe having a decaf tea, just like nice and warm and comforting, and get an early night, take a COVID test in the morning, and hope that I'm not going to come down with something in the next few days and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, do have a wonderful break. If I don't see you on any of my Let's Plays over the next few days, do take good care of yourselves and each other. And yeah, I just hope that you have a really good time, and I can't wait to hear all about it. I have no idea how big or ambitious next week's quiz is going to be, but I'll definitely put some time aside. It'll probably happen once I get back home on Tuesday, because I'm going to be spending a couple of days with my family, which should be really, really nice. So yeah, have a good one, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.